All right, so 120 hours in. When we complete fitting the wiring loom up, that'll be 120 hours. So last week we did the exhaust lowers. We were supposed to do the wiring loom. It got too hot, so we stopped. It's just that time of year, unfortunately, in Australia. All right, so wiring loom. I have done an episode on wiring loom before, and if you look at this little mess here, initially it can be a little bit like, oh, where does all this go? But it's actually fairly simple and straightforward to understand. The key thing with this wiring loom is to identify this crossed area.
Yeah.
Right? And you've got that, that's going to go forward towards the headlights and the instrument cluster.
Yeah.
This is going to go to the right hand side of the bike where you've got the power valve controller and the CDI unit. Along with here, you see these two, green and black. This is for Alexis, who messaged me about 1 o'clock this morning. I think he's in Germany, but anyway, those are your indicator wires on the right hand side of the bike.
Yeah.
So we'll lay that down like that. This cross will identify where on the frame that goes. Okay. And then you come across this goes to the left hand side of the bike, and then you've got your regulator rectifier. That's where the generator hooks up. And you've got these two here.
Yeah.
And this one. Right, so this one is your left hand set of indicators.
Yeah.
That's the earth that goes near the regulator rectifier on the left hand side of the bike. These are for the coil on the left hand side.
Yeah.
Regulator rectifier. Now should be, yeah, you've got a green, looks like a green and white or brown or whatever, and
they're very dirty.
That's got a red and white stripe on it. I'm almost 100% certain, in fact I am, these are for the trigger. This is where you pick up your ignition pulse, right, down on that side of the bike. So it's these two that are for the indicator.
Right.
Oh, this is for the, it comes through from the switch gear.
Right.
Right, left hand side switch gear comes in there. As does this and this. And that comes from the ignition barrel and stuff. These two are for your coil. This goes on to, I think this is a radiator fan switch.
Yeah.
This is for the temperature sender. Can't quite recall what this is for, but I think it's another switch block that comes through on the left hand side. Then you go a little bit further down. This area is down near the battery box. You've got your linked fuse in there, or your big fuse, master fuse in there. And a couple of these will go to the battery terminals. And then you've got an earth that goes onto the engine, and also brake light switch I think is there, yes. And then this goes to the power valve controller. This continues down the back of the frame, and you've got for a couple of cables here for the brake light switch and the rear indicators and things. So pretty straightforward. Then you see this is all covered in, I'm just touching it, I'm getting filthy because it's all covered in soot. You remember this bike was in a fire, all right? Okay, so that's the orientation of it. What I'll do now is I'm going to clean up these items, the coils, the inner guard, the rear section of the guard, number plate holder, all that. I've got a new one of these reflectors on order. It's quite expensive actually, it's about $40 I think. And that's the rear tail light, which is all covered in smoke. It's not particularly melted, so it'll clean up and go again. I have actually got a brand new one of these on order from Yambits. Yambits do these dirt cheap. The whole unit, not just the lens, the whole unit is, I don't know, about $40 or something. I'll put a picture up.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next 30 minutes to an hour, I'll just be cleaning these things. Then we'll take the cover off, orientate the wire and loom onto the frame. I watched the previous episode, which was part 23. When I say previous episode, last time I did a wire and loom of these on the first bike. And I did it after I'd fitted the carburetors, and also after I'd fitted the upper pipes, the upper chambers. And looking at it, and I remember it was a little bit awkward, so I'm going to try this going onto this bike before I put the carbs and the fuel work on it, fuel pipes. All right?
Whatever makes it easier.
Yeah. All right, babe, no worries.
All right.
So cleaning, I'll get on.
Have fun.
All right. so some of this may look a little bit of overkill, so I've stripped back some of the, as I'm cleaning, I've stripped back some of the insulation. But honestly, I find it worthwhile. I didn't do as good a job as I wanted to on the first bike in terms of cleaning. I was watching that video this morning and I was like, oh, I need to be a bit more thorough. And it does show it's worthwhile. Look, these are the two wires that go to the coil on the left hand side. This has been sort of soldered and welded together. Oh, sorry, welded together?
Soldered.
Yeah, the wires have been twisted together and then coated with solder, which is good. And it originally had some insulation tape around it. And I'm going to recoat that again. Ideally, I should have some heat shrink over this, but I'm sure when this got broken 20 odd years ago, that wasn't such a regular thing as it is today. I don't know. Anyway, the point is that in a few weeks when we're trying to get a spark and we're going, oh, where's the spark? You know, this is something to bear in mind. If you're aware that you've got a previous repair, then it might be that this repair is not good. And at least you know where to look. So I'll clean this all up and re-insulate it anyway.
Cool. There we go.
Okay, so what we're doing here is we're identifying that there's been on the right headlight area, king cross, yeah, left hand side, going down to the regulator, rectifier, etc. So this is the right hand side branch. I've stripped back all of the insulation, and apart from other little previous repairs in this bike's history, we just found another one here. So definitely worth just checking the condition of everything. We're going to get some more cable protection and stuff. I'll peel this open and have a little look in a bit, but anyway, I'm just emphasizing that it's a lot easier to fault find on these harnesses before you fit the harness.
Yes, absolutely. Let's go spend some more money. Super cheap.
Oh, it's not a lot.
No, I'm being silly.
Okay, cool. All right, see you in a bit. Right, I'm just going to take this bracket that holds the lower coil off and weld the bracket back together again, without obviously with the coil removed, so I'm not damaging the coil. But having watched the video this morning, I remember when I was talking about the positive and negative going onto the coil, I think I very confidently said something like that positive was on the right and negative was on the left. It's not. When you look at the base of the coil, you can see a positive sign just there and a negative sign just there. So that's on the left, because that's going to be upside down like this. So positive on left, negative on the right. And as you're looking through the top of this coil down here, it's exactly the same. Positive, as in the orange wire, goes to the left, and negative, the black wire, goes to the right. All right? Cool. Okay, we're going to wrap it up at that point. There's a few other bits to do on the electrical system. However, the wiring loom's basically in place. It's not been cable tied down yet. However, this is again for Alexis. So indicator wires. On the left hand side, I've got a black and a brown. Not to say that somebody hasn't sort of rewired or changed the colours, but this is where they come out of there. And on the right hand side, come around there, babes. The main plug cable with that goes to the YPVS and the CDI unit has these two on this side, a green and a black. Okay, there we go. It's a bit too warm to do long days at the moment, so we'll be cracking on in the next few weeks, trust us. But yeah, it's coming together, looking good. There was quite a few things with the wiring loom that needed repairing. Not saying that it was damaged when this bike was last used 20 plus years ago, just that things come apart when you're dismantling and reassembling, particularly if there's been breaks and repairs in the past. Anyway, that's all good. Like I say, there was this bracket that was holding the lower coil. That bracket was broken, so needed to re-weld that. Yeah, all these things take a little bit of time, but it's nice to take your time. It's enjoyable,
and it's still progression rather than nothing.
Yeah, and whilst doing this, we've also been doing bits of your bathroom.
Yeah, a bit of sanding on the wall, filling.
Filling and sanding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely. All right. See you next week.
You've still got to finish, so.
Yeah.
Bye.